The movie begins with a group of young superheroes, Starfire, Beast Boy, Robin, Raven, and Cyborg, chilling on a nice sunny day by the pool at their tower. Suddenly, they are approached by a UFO that alerts them all. While Starfire hopes they are friendly aliens, Robin reminds her that it is more often than not that such a visit is usually an invasion. As it turns out, the UFO belongs to the Nerdlucks, who are the original villains of the famous movie Space Jam. Cyborg excitedly recognizes them, but the rest of his buddies have no clue who they are, considering they have never watched the Space Jam movie. The Nerdlucks have a copy of the movie, but their VCR is broken, so they all head to watch it in the Teen Titans Tower. Robin is not too happy to have aliens in the house, but the rest of the gang does not see any harm in it. As they all watch on, the movie begins with the protagonist Michael Jordan, the famous basketball player, announcing his retirement from NBA basketball to pursue professional baseball. Meanwhile, the screen pans to outer space where the amusement park, Moron Mountain, is in shambles, and the boss, Mr. Swackhammer, is furious. He orders his minions, the Nerdlucks, that he wants new ideas to attract more people to his park. One of them suggests the Looney Tunes, and the boss orders them to abduct them from Earth to increase the turnout at his park. The Titans keep pausing and commenting on the movie. Beast Boy thinks this boss is played by Danny and mimics his portrayal of the Penguin. Next, the screen shows Michael Jordan playing baseball in a stadium, but it doesn't go too well. Nevertheless, everyone is being very supportive, and it intrigues Raven and Starfire, the latter saying that maybe all the support being extended to him is so everyone can get his famous sneakers, the Jordans. Michael meets a guy named Stan Podolak who is a new publicist and wants to be his assistant. Suddenly, a spaceship swooshes past the crowd in the stadium and makes its way toward the center of the Earth, which is where the Looney Tunes live. Once in Looney Tunes world, we see that Bugs Bunny is being chased by Elmer, but the Nerdlucks get rid of him and go on to ask about Bugs Bunny. From the Bugs Bunny, weird right? He tries to outsmart the seemingly harmless aliens, but as he turns to walk away, they take out their guns and order him to summon all his friends. This is where Robin says he was right in being skeptical about the Nerdlucks. So Bugs Bunny calls all the Looney Tunes for a meeting in the council hall, and when the Nerdlucks announce that they are abducting all of them, the Looney Tunes laugh it off. Yosemite Sam advances at them with his guns, but they attack him with their alien guns, making their point. Bugs Bunny tricks the Nerdlucks into allowing a secret meeting with his friends Daffy, Sylvester, Porky Pig, and Elmer, where they decide to challenge the Nerdlucks to a ball of basketball, in an effort to defend themselves against the kidnapping. The Nerdlucks agree, but since they know nothing about basketball, they gather all the information they can on basketball. They dress up as a strange man in trench coats and go to attend a live NBA basketball match where one by one, they manage to steal the skills/powers of the players and store them in a ball. Next, the Looney Tunes are seen practicing basketball at a court, and when they hand over the court to the aliens for practice, they know the Nerdlucks are too short to put up a good game, let alone win. But to the Looney Tunes' horror, the Nerdlucks transform into massive monster versions of the basketball players they stole the powers from. They refer to them as Monstars as they are monster versions of famous basketball stars. Beast Boy pauses the movie to ask if the Nerdlucks can steal their powers and transform into them, and all the Titans are excited to see them turn into their monster versions. Robin disapproves, thinking it is a very bad idea, but no one listens to him. So Blanco steals Cyborg's power, Bang takes Beast Boy's, Knot steals Starfire's, and Bupkis get Raven's power. Pound does not change because he tries to steal Robin's powers, and as it turns out, Robin does not have any superpowers. Robin tries to show his dance moves, but everyone tells him to stop and they return to the movie. The Looney Tunes decide they need a professional star to help them defeat the gigantic monsters. Michael Jordan is seen playing golf with Bill Murray. The Looney Tunes rig the ball, and when it falls into the cup/hole, Michael moves forward to retrieve it. This is where the Looney Tunes kidnap him and take him to the Looney Tunes world in the center of the Earth. As the Looney Tunes surround Michael Jordan, he is perplexed that he is in the presence of cartoons, whereas they are starstruck by him. Bugs Bunny tells him about the whole deal between the Nerdlucks and them, and he asks Michael to help them win against them so they can avoid a lifetime of slavery on another planet. Michael tells them of his retirement from basketball, but Bugs Bunny brushes it off, insisting that he help the Looney Tunes. Michael informs them that he has retired from basketball and he only plays baseball now, but Bugs Bunny simply does not take no for an answer. They take Michael to a gym nearby, but the place is packed to the brim with dust. All the Looney Tunes get working and clean the gymnasium spotless. Suddenly, the rival monsters make their way inside the gym, and when they see the hero that Looney Tunes have brought to fight them off, they laugh because they are too ginormous compared to Michael Jordan, let alone the rest of the cartoons in the team. They try to annoy and manipulate Michael, and this is when Michael agrees to save the Looney Tunes by playing basketball. When he sees the playing skills of the Looney Tunes, he cannot help but wonder how in the world will he be able to save the Looney Tunes. It seems like they have never played basketball before. In the fiasco, he asks them in exasperation if any one of them has actually ever played basketball. Suddenly, Lola appears and she wants to put her name on the list as she is a good player of basketball. Bugs Bunny is smitten by her and he challenges her to a one-on-one game, which Lola wins easily due to her skills. Before they start practicing, Michael notices he is in his other shoes, so he asks the Looney Tunes to retrieve his sneakers from his house. The Titans discuss why he would send the cartoons to his house to fetch his basketball attire and not go back to his world himself. Together they try to look for information online and Robin expressed his fear of the Nerdlucks taking over their computer, rendering them incapable of calling for help in case the Nerdlucks take over as in his opinion, they are vile monsters. He tries to disarm the computer but fails to do so, and everyone returns to the movie. Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck make their way underground to Michael's house. Despite Bugs Bunny's warnings, the Daffy Duck lands in the pet dog's den. When Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck get into the trophy room, they find a duffel bag and put Michael's sneakers in it. Unbeknownst to them, Michael's youngest daughter sneaks up on them but leaves without them noticing. Next, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck are wondering where to find Michael's shorts that he had specially requested when suddenly the pet pug enters, and as it happens, it has got the shorts tightly grasped in his mouth. As it corners Bugs and Daffy, the kids in the house show up and they shoo the dog away. Bugs Bunny tells them that their father is going to help the Looney Tunes win a game of basketball but not to tell anyone. Back in the Looney Tunes world, Bugs and Daffy introduce the all-powered Michael Jordan to the Looney Tunes, and he shows them some of his best moves. Someone calls his name with joy and it turns out to be Stan, the assistant, who has been trying to figure out a way to get to Michael to prepare him for his upcoming baseball practice. Michael tells him that he has to play a game of basketball to save his cartoon friends. They decide to call their team Toon Squad. Finally, the night of the ultimate game arrives. Crowds gather from large and wide to attend this mega event in Looney Tune World, including the alien boss and his workers. In the stadium, the MCs introduce the team members of both the Toon Squad and the Monstars, and the game begins. Marvin the Martin tosses the ball and Michael is able to hit it before the opponent Nerdluck can get hold of it. However, the Monstars demonstrate a brute strategy to outdo the Looney Tunes. Michael and Lola seem to be the only ones to keep chasing the ball and scoring baskets. The Monstars are winning by a landslide and the Looney Tunes are worried about their future. During the halftime break, the Monstars or Nerdlucks head to their changing room where they are joined by their boss. As they tell him that they stole the powers of NBA players hence exhibiting such great skills, Stan hides in a locker to eavesdrop on them and figure out their dirty secret. However, he is unable to hide for long as the boss finds his hiding spot and they zap him. On the other hand, Michael is seen trying to buck up his teammates who seem to have already given up. As Stan returns, telling them the main reason behind the monster's strength, Michael uses this to add fuel to fire and motivates his team members to fight back, but to no avail. Being the smarty pants Bugs Bunny is, he fills a bottle with regular tap water and pretends that it is some sort of special power tonic that helps him become strong and mighty. This trick works and everybody takes a sip or two of it, and they all become charged to fight the Monstars and win the game. Back on the court, the Toon Squad demonstrates a renewed sportsman spirit, giving tough time to the Monstars. They deploy all the tricks they are famous for, to aim at winning the game. At this point, Robin excuses himself along with Cyborg to get some fresh air, but they actually go explore the Nerdlucks ship. Robin is adamant that he will find a clue that will expose the alleged evil of the Nerdlucks. However, the ship is full of stuff from the Space Jam movie. So they return to watch the movie. After a snack break, Robin figures out the Nerdlucks are not too bad as he thought they are. Mr. Swackhammer decides he wants the best player of Toon Squad Michael for his theme park. Michael confronts him and strikes a deal with him to return the stolen talents of NBA players if they lose. And if they win, then Michael will become the attraction of Moron Mountain, signing autographs all day long. The game goes on intensely. When Daffy Duck asks Michael for some extra magic juice, he tells him that it was just water and that they have all the strength they need inside of them. Bill Murray joins them as Stan is knocked out by the Monstars and now the game is down to the last 10 seconds. Michael manages to score the basket in time and they win. As part of the deal, the Monsters return the stolen powers of the NBA players. Also, they get rid of their horrible boss, whom they feared because he was bigger than them. Michael returns to his world. With this, the movie ends, and everyone thinks it was a good movie. Robin exclaims that the Nerdlucks are not too bad as he earlier thought, but they correct him that he was right before, as they actually came to steal the Teen Titans' powers. When the Titans demand their powers be given back, they teleport them to the Moron Mountain, and the Nerdlucks become the Meme Titans. This is where the movie ends.